Wonders of the Himalayas, Pashing, most amazing places in South Asia, travel guide. Have you ever heard that the Himalayas are sometimes called the third pole of the Earth because they store more ice than anywhere outside the polar regions? It's one of those facts that makes you stop and go, wow, we're talking about life-giving mountains. And today we're plunging into that majestic world, exploring the most breathtaking corners of South Asia's Himalayan realm. This isn't just another travel guide filled with pretty pictures. It's a journey, a story of peaks, people, hidden valleys, and the kind of views that'll stick with you long after you've left. So buckle up or tighten those hiking boots, and let's dive into 10 places that redefine the word amazing. Tiger's Nest Monastery. Imagine walking through pine forest, the crisp mountain air whispering through the trees, and suddenly you're staring up at a monastery clinging to a sheer cliff face, like it was painted there. That's the moment when you arrive at Tiger's Nest. The thing is, yes, it looks like a fairy tale set piece, but it's real, and it's humbling. It's perched at about 3,200 meters above sea level, requiring a good climb and altitude adjustment. And yes, there's some risk here. Altitude hikes, steep paths, changeable weather, but that risk makes the reward all the richer. You earn the view. Fun note, they let you ride partway on mules if you fancy a less strenuous ascent. Wear solid footwear, give yourself at least a morning to do it slow, drink water like it's your job. And yes, stop at the tea house halfway for the view, it's worth it. Spiti Valley. Here's one that's a bit off the usual tourist radar, and that's exactly why we love it. Spiti Valley is a high-altitude desert landscape inside the Himalayas. Stark, surreal, beautiful, with rugged roads, monasteries perched on rocky crags, and an otherworldly silence. Let's be honest, the rough terrain and remote vibe bring challenges. Tip: go in summer, late May to July, if you're not hardcore. Roads from Shimla route tend to give a bit more accessibility. Himalayas Digital. I once took a bus to Kaza, and the feeling of arriving at dusk, with mountains turning pink, made the whole journey feel worth it just for that one sunset. A little joke I told myself, if the bus breaks down, at least we get front row seats to sunrise. Hunza Valley, Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan. In the far north, nestled where the Himalayas meet the Karakoram, is Hunza Valley, a place that seems to have been made for postcards, but is vividly, wonderfully real. Towering peaks, turquoise lakes, forts that look centuries old, and a calm that runs deep. But that very thing, the long way, adds to the magic keeping it real. Bring some local cash, check road conditions ahead, and lean into the slower pace. When I stayed in Hunza, I found myself trading mobile chaos for mountain peace. Bonus, though I joked, if the Wi-Fi fails, well, how bad is it really? The answer was not bad at all. Ladakh. Think of a place where the air is thin, the sky wide, and the land has an almost moon-like terrain. That's Ladakh. From Leh's buzz to the peace of Nubra Valley, this region delivers on wow. One thing travelers face here? High altitude, long drives, unexpected weather shifts. It's not a walk in the park. But when you wake up in a guest house high up and step outside to a panorama of mountains, it hits differently. Spend a day acclimatizing in Leh before heading higher. I learned that the hard way, hello splitting headache and regret. But once I took it slow, everything else flowed. Light humor aside, you're not racing anyone up there. Annapurna Circuit and Khumbu Valley. When people talk Himalayas, Nepal often pops into mind, and for good reason. On the Annapurna Circuit, you move through forests, high passes, villages clinging to slopes. In the Khumbu Valley, you're in the shadow of giants like Everest. Real talk, trekking these takes preparation. Weather, altitude, distance, they all matter. But those are exactly the ingredients that turn a hike into an unforgettable story. I still laugh when I recall scrambling to pee behind a ridge at 4,500 meters and thinking, so this is what mountain life really is. Here's the practical counsel. Train a bit beforehand if you can, respect the altitude, carry good layers, and be ready to say no to a view if your body says maybe not today. Because you want to finish strong, not limp. Zero Valley. Here's a change of pace. Imagine green rice terraces, misty mornings, a tribe with customs that feel timeless, and mountains in the backdrop. Zyro Valley brings a soft, enchanting side of the Himalayas. It's less about epic climb-to-the-sky moments and more about immersion, culture, environment, slow pace. If I were to give advice, stay a day longer than you planned. Sometimes the magic is in staying put, sipping tea, watching the light shift. I once told a friend, "I'm going somewhere the mountains will whisper." And Zyro was that somewhere. Chumbi Valley. Less traveled, more mysterious. Chumbi Valley projects southward from the Tibetan Plateau, tucked between Sikkim and Bhutan. Because it sits slightly off the mainstream trail, it demands a bit more effort, but gives you a rare silence, an unbuzzed landscape, and a feeling of stepping into something undeclared. Checks on entry permits, local rules, and being respectful of the environment make all the difference. Lighthearted aside, if you go and meet no one for hours, that might just mean you're exactly where you should be. Kanchenjunga region and surrounds. Sikkim, India. High, holy, and full of stories. The region around India's third highest mountain carries deep cultural roots and vistas that make you catch your breath. Challenge? Altitude and remote roads again. But that's the spicy flavor that comes with this level of beauty. Practical takeaway: treat your body like royalty, hydrate well, pack layers, and give yourself quiet time in a village rather than just rush through. A little joke for balance? I thought the air here was thin, but the peace is thicker. K2 region in Nanga Parbat, Pakistan. This is the big league of mountains. The awe of standing beneath peaks over 8,000 meters high. In Pakistan's Himalayas, Kashan Karakoram, these mountains loom, intimidating and beautiful. Yes, it's remote. Yes, travel logistics and conditions can be serious. But if you're after a wow that punches through your screen and into your memory, this is it. Practical counsel. Choose a good guide, respect the altitude, plan for more time, not less. Keeping things light. Tell yourself if you survive this scenery, you can survive Monday. Kathmandu Valley and surroundings. Wrap up with a place where mountains meet culture, temples, daily life. Kathmandu Valley has both the hum of humanity and the hush of Himalayan peaks just beyond. It's a good balance to all the high passes and remote villages we've visited so far. Risk, chalk, challenge. Urban sprawl, crowds, altitude when you venture out. But again, when you find a rooftop cafe at sunrise and watch the peaks glow over the city, you'll remember it. Practical note: budget a half day just to wander without agenda. See the contrast of city life and mountain life. I once came here thinking, I'll summit something, and instead, I ended up summiting chai and people watching, equally valid. If you enjoyed this mountain-soaked journey, hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden gem stories. Share this with someone you'd want to drag up a mountain, or at least ask to go. In the next video, we'll go even deeper. Think remote Himalayan lakes, offbeat treks, and new vistas you've probably never heard of. Until then, keep exploring, keep breathing in that high-altitude air, and remember, the world is big, the mountains are older, and our stories are still being written.